Busy Phillips, I have to say, you got me the most excited for season two of Girls5eva because in your Instagram stories way back in, I think, February or something, you talked about how you had a fake tattoo on your back. You
Yes.
forgot to take it off, and then you
Yes.
went to get a massage, and it all unraveled from there. So, can you share the story of what happened now that we know the tattoo on your back?
I mean, now that we know the tattoo on my back, it's okay. Wait. By the way, I haven't watched the finale yet because I because I didn't. They forgot to send me the link. I got all the episodes except the last one. So it's Kevin Bacon's full filmography. What does it say? What does it say?
Is Summer
Summer
Heart
Heart.
originally, and then became Summer Heart's Kevin Bacon's filmography.
Right, that's right. That's right. Okay. Right. So, yeah, so Summer's making big steps, big moves this season, trying to move on from her relationship with Kev, and one of the like sort of last standing items of business she had to deal with was her lower back tattoo, obviously, that said Summer loves Kev. So, she got it changed to Summer Hart's Kevin Bacon's filmography. And I totally forgot because it was on my lower back. It's just such a it's one of those jokes when we talk about this a lot. The show has so many joke beats, like it's kind of relentless in the best way, that sometimes you just forget about things that you've even filmed yourself. And so, yeah, I forgot that they had put that tattoo on me. I went to get a massage, and the lady was freaking out because as soon as she put the massage lotion on me, it started rubbing off. And she's like, "Oh no, something is happening. Is this a new tattoo?" And I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. How do you explain? How do you explain?
When she first saw it before she touched your back, she probably was like, "Wow, huge Kevin Bacon fan." Yeah.
Committed. She just was like, I guess she's committed. I can't, I mean, it's so insane to me. Although you gotta imagine that massage therapists see a lot, you
That's
know?
true. Yeah, you don't really think about that, I guess. You let them touch your body. So,
Yeah.
is there an actor whose filmography you would get tattooed on yourself though, if it's not Kevin Bacon?
Oh wow. I mean, what a great question. You know, I can't think of one off the top of my head.
Tattoo
I
your
can't.
own, I guess.
I don't know if I'm like I heart my own IMDb.
You
Oh, I
probably
just put
could.
my IMDb page tattooed on my back.
Yeah, you could do it. Or just like I heard my own filmography, or like their name yourself. See films filmography.
I heart busy. I mean, I think probably not. That's probably not the move for me, but like, I mean, I've been thinking about getting another tattoo, so I'm gonna give that one some thought.
Draw an actor's name out of a hat. That's all. So
Sure. Why not? It's just only on your body permanently.
yeah. Well, I do love a Summer's story this season, just separating, divorcing from Kev,
Hmm.
and learning to be independent, and then in the finale, just not putting up Kevin or Kev anymore, just telling him you need to be a parent.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's what I think is so great about this show. I mean, one of the many reasons why I love doing it as much as I love doing it, um, is because, there's been a real, you know, trajectory for all of the characters, for all of these women. It's not just that they're sort of stuck in their comedy character shtick and we just find them in new situations behaving the exact same way, which is also totally serviceable in lots of ways for comedy at times. But I really appreciate that, Meredith and the team of writers have really given consideration to, especially since we have these sort of like truncated seasons, or like it's only 8 episodes a year. How do you show really their characters growing and changing and retaining the thing that makes them funny and fun to watch and all that stuff too. So, Yeah, I mean, I think that Summer has had quite a journey, especially this season. And one thing that like Meredith and I talked about starting in season one was just that, I kind of came in with the idea of doing the affected voice from that we all know that we've seen. And we started to discuss like in the second season, now that she's realized that like maybe things aren't don't have to be the way that they've been. Do we lose it at times? Like, how do we play with that? And so that's been part of the process as well. But yeah, I mean, I love to see Summer kind of take ownership of her life and stand up for herself because I think that she's a person, a character who has had a really hard time doing that her entire life. And like, even when you meet her parents, you see how tough it is. Like, those grown women who like then their parents come around and they're like, "Mommy, Daddy," and you're like, "I'm sorry, you're 40. What are
Yeah.
like, why are you calling your parents mommy and daddy?"
It's like they're it's like infantilizing, like they're like a child again.
Well, for sure. And like that was always kind of the idea too behind a lot of what was holding Summer back was that, you know, there's that theory that people can sometimes get stuck at the age they became famous at. They're sort of a little bit stunted in that way in their growth. And so I thought that was part of what I thought the journey for Summer could be on the show. And I think that was also just in line with what Mayor and all of the writers thought as well. Because in a way, like she really hasn't
It's like she
grown
went straight
that
from her
much.
parents to Kev.
Right. And then like and in the band with Kev, and then from there just like kind of just stayed
Yeah,
the
and she was
same.
raising her daughter. Yeah. And I think what's interesting is now that the group is reunited, you see how they push each other out of their own comfort zones.
Hmm.
So it's like, Summer's learning to be independent, and then she's, advising like Gloria, like what to do with like her relationship. And you see like Wiki now like in a relationship with the Lunch Lord, like
I
all
love
this
it.
stuff.
I love it. I love Wiki in a relationship. I mean, I just, I love these ladies so much and both on the show and off. Um, but yeah, like I think that the evolution of these two seasons has been for all of us so much fun. Like I love being in scenes with Paula and the thing that we kind of have established with our characters back and forth and pushing each other and like that kind of friendship that you have with someone from teen years or when you were a younger person and then you're back with them at an older age but you kind of have to just relate to each other in that way. But like, we just have a great time. I mean, we really just have a great time, and we're given such great material that it's really easy to be able to show up and do our jobs.
Hmm. One episode I love was when you get the eyebrow threading.
Yes.
I've heard that you actually volunteered to do it for real because you're
Okay,
meant
well,
that way.
this is like our writers and Meredith like don't need any pitches at all ever. They're so brilliant. But last summer I was my Instagram all maybe they knew that I turned 42 last summer. I don't know. My entire Instagram Explore page became those procedures. Like, and I was like, this has got to be. There's a message here for me. Like, I'm obviously they want me to get these threads in my face, and I talked about it on my podcast. Like, I was like, what is happening? And so then I when I had a call with Mare, I was like just giving her some, like we were just talking about what the season might be and whatever. And I told her this thing. She's like, "That's hilarious. I don't even know what it is." And then I think the writers' room went down the rabbit hole that I had been down because of Instagram. And it is like I said, I was like, I'll do it. Like I don't think it's not permanent. Like I would try
Yeah,
it.
I think you have to do it like every 6 months or something.
Yeah, it's not, I don't think it's a permanent thing, and I know that I have thick skin. I mean, this is like too much information. But I always like, look, I'm never gonna be Christian Bale. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna ever be the machinist or whatever, like losing 110 pounds for a part. I would try to get those strings put in my face if that was something that we really felt like I needed to do. Anyway, the joke is funnier the way we did it, I think, because we used like very old fashioned movie star tape, which is a trick, an old Hollywood movie star trick. And it's like this tape that you put on the side of your face and then it like ties back behind your head. Um, and then between that and the makeup that Nicole, my makeup artist, did, we really were able to give it that look of like having something done to my face. Um, which, unlike Summer, I actually never have. I've never had Botox. I've never had any injections, and I've never.
Yeah, but the final look in the show was amazing, especially when she was like stuck against the wall.
I mean, that was such like that was really fun. It was really fun to do. That was actually really difficult to film. That was just like maybe it's too inside baseball, whatever. But because of our schedule and all kinds of different things, we had to drop off that scene. We didn't get Sarah's coverage on that scene until we shot the first part of it in December, and then we had to go back in late January to get Sarah's coverage on it because the company had to move to a location that was like gonna be lost and they couldn't finish the scene. So we were just like, well, we'll have to do Sarah's coverage later. But then we had to go back and do the scene. We're like, we don't even remember where we were standing. Like, what were we doing? But it worked out.
It was worth it to go back to do it.
Well, yes, obviously. Well, we had to finish the scene, but like, I just mean that I've rarely had that experience where you do one side of the
Not the other
coverage.
person's, yeah.
Yeah, and then you have to like, they had to move on for, location issues. And so we got it when we got it, but it was like a month and a half later.
Well, one scene I love was in the penultimate episode, the rooftop hospital rooftop scene when you guys sing "Bend Not Break," and you posted some photos behind the scenes of your, I guess, wigs, like extensions, whatever, when the helicopter just blows everything off in
Yes.
your face.
Yes. It looked it looked insane. Um, it was really funny. I mean, I guess I was supposed to look like Angelica Pickles' doll, Cynthia, from
Yes,
Rugrats.
yes, yeah, love her.
And Yancey, who does my hair, was like, I don't know what that doll is. And we was like, it's a cartoon. And we showed it to him and we tried a few different things. I mean, I think initially Meredith had an idea that it would be like a bald cap. And I was like, well, first of all, that day was we've had a lot to contend with shooting this TV show.
Both seasons filmed during COVID, obviously. Yeah,
Both
in the
seasons
winter.
filmed during COVID in the winter in New York, you know? And I'm a real West Coaster for most of my life. And filming in New York is no joke. Um, Anytime, because it's just, you're dealing with a lot out there in the world. Like, there's a lot to contend with. Um, and that day in particular, it like wasn't supposed to rain, but it was kind of like sleeting rain on us, and it was just wild. It was wild. We were trying to film things both on iPhones that the footage could be used later, and then we had our actual camera guys, and everybody was like trying to stay out of the rain. So, yeah,
I think the gloominess kind of worked because they were just trying to do like their Beatles rooftop thing, and it's like it's not going the way they want it to go, obviously.
No.
It's great for, yeah, because you want them to be successful but not too successful.
Well, here's the thing, like the show is, and Girls Five Eva just does exist in that place. Like even, oh my God, Joyce, we were doing promotion for this season, and we were all so excited. We were all booked on the Today Show, and we were super excited. We did the whole thing, and it was so much fun. And then I got a call from my mom, and she was like, "Oh, Busy, isn't it a shame that you got preempted and you got cut off for the president to give that speech?" And I was like, "What? We did? What are you talking about?" My mom's like, "Oh yeah, I saw you guys for like 2 seconds, and you were gone." And I was just like, "Are you kidding me? That is like the most Girls Five Eva appearance ever." And when we were in the parade, like our float got into an accident,
Oh yeah, I remember this. Yes.
and like part of our float got like ripped off by a golf cart, and then somebody, like people from the parade maintenance, like had to come and they stopped our float and like were repairing it. And we were just like, I mean, we can't be more Girls Five Eva.
This is season three material, especially on the road.
I
And the
I
album,
know.
you can do all of these things in season three.
I hope we get to. I would love like to get on the road and
Mhm.
and do a road trip with
Yeah,
my
and
girl.
like single summer on the road. Come on.
So fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, lastly, on a completely different note, I loved a couple years ago when you would just on Instagram story yourself watching Friends reruns because
Oh
that was
wow,
my
yeah.
favorite show on like linear TV because sometimes I still do that on like Nick at
Yes.
Night. So what is your favorite episode of Friends?
Um, I never am sick of the one where Ross tries to flirt.
Iconic. Yeah, good. What good one?
Yeah, I just
What smell does
like
gas have? Yeah.
what smell does Gaz have? He's like, and that girl who's playing the pizza delivery girl is
Caitlin,
like,
the pizza. Yeah. Mhm.
she's so of that era. You know what I mean? She just like, I don't know. I just love that. But I love him trying to flirt. Um, it's really funny. I love that one. What's another one that I love and I could watch anytime? I mean, there are so many. I don't even know.
I love the middle seasons, like seasons four, five, six. Those are,
That's
I
when flirting is, right?
yes, yeah, yeah, because that's season five, right? Yeah, because Monica and Chandler are going on, oh no, season six, five, yeah, I don't remember, but yeah, because it's like their anniversary.
Right.
Season five, yeah, I think.
Right. Like I would always get annoyed. Like I would always turn the seasons off. And I talked about this on my Instagram stories when it was like the season where Joey had a crush on Rachel. I was like, oh, I hate those seasons. I don't want to watch it. I hate it when they're
Wait, when
watching
she's pregnant,
Cujo.
yeah, with Emma, yeah,
Yeah, with the baby. I'm just like, ugh, we're not, get out of here. I don't want it.
yeah,
Uh, I mean, it is funny and it's like interesting to, yeah, because I feel like then during the pandemic, like Friends became, people like freaked out for Friends during the pandemic too, right? Isn't that a thing that happened?
yeah. Well, I think it's just people needed things to watch, and that was yeah, oh, they're rewatchable as well. And then they finally did the reunion last year.
I
That was
didn't see it.
it's on HBO Max. It's good. Um, it's yeah. There's a lot of uh testimonials like from celebrity fans talking about like BTS talks about like how much they love Friends.
Oh, no one asked me.
I know. Come on. I was like, where's Busy? Get her in there.
All right, listen, it's fine. I made my love known.
It's true. Yeah, we know we the ones who've been following you who saw your tattoo adventure.
Yeah. I also like really, I liked the beach house. That's,
In season three.
yeah,
Yeah.
where Ross is dating, what's her name?
Oh, Christine Taylor.
And she shaves her head.
Yeah. And then the letter, 18 pages.
Yes, the 18-page letter. I'm just so glad that you agree with everything. Yeah, I love Friends.
Yes, same. Well, busy. I can do this all day, talk about Friends. But thanks so much for your time. It was great speaking with
Exactly.
you, and fingers crossed for season 3 of Girls.
I mean, I feel good about it. Knock wood.